Hello, constellations! So today's reading will be looking all into your life purpose, and this isn't going to be the type of reading where it's going to tell you what type of career you should enter into, what type of job. It's not going to be anything like that. We're more going to be looking into the foundational themes behind your life purpose, such as some qualities and traits that you might have that help you align with your life's purpose. And we're also going to look into some advice for you that you might need to hear at this time, and also some things to look out for in your surroundings that are confirming that you're on alignment with your life's path. So without further ado, we have 4 piles here today. Pile 1 with the soda light. Pile 2 with the rose quartz star. Pile 3 with the clear quartz sphere. There we go. And pile 4 with some raw amethyst. Alright, so if you've never done a pick a card reading before, how it works is you can close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, just relax a little bit, and then you can choose pile 1 through 4 based off of the colors of the crystals themselves, just a general gut feeling that you may get. Usually I feel some type of gut feeling, like my eyes will just stay glued to one pile, and that's pretty much how I know, but it's different for each person. So take your time. You can pause this video if you need more time to look at the piles. And once you've chosen your pile, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box and the comment box below, where I'll have the timestamps posted for your piles, and I'll see you over there. Bye! Hi, pile 1. So first I have 2 cards that's going to kind of give me an idea of what your life purpose is all about. So we have the Temple Path, number 12, and All Tied Up, number 23. And when I was shuffling, I kept seeing other cards about being bound. Like, I think one was called Contract, and the other one was like Restriction or something. So that's definitely a big theme. That's part of your life's purpose. So the Temple Path card basically is talking about going through adversities and having to make a lot of choices that are all going to get you to end up at this beautiful place where you're connected to yourself, you're connected to spirit, and this is all about like your karmic path. So maybe you had some things happen in your current life or in your past lives. It's okay if you don't believe in that, or if you do. Your past life can have a heavy influence on the karma that you need to clear out during this current life. So you may still feel bound to certain adversities that have happened in your life, but Spirit is saying that you are protected, you are guided, and you're meant to go through these things so that you can be in a beautiful place where you feel at peace and safe. So I shuffled some tarot so we can get a little deeper look into what this is all about. So we have 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Page of Cups reverse. Oh, we only had 4, okay. And the Muse of Materials, which is a beautiful card. So you may have been someone who didn't have a whole lot of security growing up, or maybe that's still something you're working on at this time, no matter how old you are, but you feel a need to like hold on to your resources because you've worked really hard to get them, and you really want to keep them for yourself. You want to feel secure and safe, and like it's not going to leave you. Like you have at least the bare minimum that you need to survive, which is totally understandable, of course. And then we have 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups reverse. So I feel like you haven't let yourself explore the emotional side of yourself as much. Like, you don't let things flow to you. You work really hard for them, and you've kind of had to go through a lot of battles with the Five of Wands here. But I feel like that's helping you overcome things, overcome your circumstances, and it's making you really strong, because we have the King of Pentacles here, which is like the ultimate goal. That's like, you have sovereignty, you have all your dreams coming true, you have the mansion, you have the Lamborghini, you have everything you could ever dream for. And you're very secure in yourself. So I do feel like at this time, you haven't quite reached the path of like spirituality that is going to help you get to this point. But you're on the way there. That's the thing. Like, it's a process, and every part of your path so far has been leading to this also. So we have beloved. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you are lovable. But I feel like this is mostly spirit telling you that you're beloved. And I feel like with these pentacles here, it's spirit is telling you to really value yourself. You're so worthy of everything you desire. And I feel like you are starting to understand that. Maybe you're supposed to own a business or be like in a consulting type of job, something where you're managing people's money and you're like super responsible with that. And I just feel like a huge part of your life purpose is to overcome these things that are binding you. Like, maybe you felt really restricted due to certain things, and maybe you have a tendency to still feel that way. And that's why there's still this like Page of Emotions in reverse energy going on, where it's like you're not really quite sure how to navigate or really feel into what feels good or not. You're kind of just focused on the material things, and that's your standard for like, okay, this is how I'm going to feel good. And maybe it's time to start incorporating the emotional side of things and letting yourself be guided by decisions that feel good, not that just make practical sense. And that's how you're going to get here. You're going to have all the money and all the dreams that you could ever want. But I feel like there needs to be more emotion into the types of decisions you make to get there. It's like there's a passion that needs to be ignited. Okay, so I forgot to put this one down. And then we had trust. Leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward. Believe you will fly. So yeah, Spirit definitely wants you to know that you're protected, you're guided on this temple path. And I feel like, for some reason, I feel like you're not really tied up anymore. I feel like it's more of a mental state right now. Like, you're fighting with yourself. You are just kind of in all kinds of different directions because you haven't given yourself to explore your emotions and really just trust where they take you and where they guide you. Okay, so then we have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Absolutely. So with the all tied up thing, it's like, how can you access this freedom? Financial freedom, freedom from expectations, because you've been through a lot. You've come a far way, I can just tell. And Spirit is saying that you are going to be rewarded. And then we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. So yeah, there's definitely a need to like let go of thinking that this is a straight line, because even the temple path, like, it's winding and it's going in all kinds of crazy directions. You might see a bear along the way, you know, you might see some wolves along the way, and then you might see some really beautiful flamingos or something that reminds you that it's okay. So release the need to see the answers clearly, because I feel like they're gonna come to you more. And I feel like Spirit is honestly being super vague with this whole life purpose thing, because it's like you're still figuring it out for yourself, and Spirit wants you to know that you're protected, you're guided, and you're supposed to figure it out by yourself, because it's going to be that much more worthwhile to you. And you're beloved. You need to have this like self-respect and self-love and self-trust and self-worth and self-freedom, and you're going to get the financial goals that you want. I feel like through your passions, Spirit is going to have your back, but I do feel like it's in the future. So let's see what the angel guides have to say. They say improving health, and there's something better. So you have all the tools you need in order to move forward and find this better something that's waiting for you. Because I do feel like this is about approaching your scarcity mindset and your hoarding mindset a little differently. There's more of a need to nurture yourself and treat yourself and break free from this, because it's not in your present anymore. I'm strongly feeling like it's not in your present. Yeah, and even in the book for this, it says you don't have to live in your self-imposed jail any longer. And 5 is all about changes. We had the 5 here. Maddie, please don't come on the table right now. We had the 5 right here, and then we also have the 5 of Wands down here. So I feel like this is telling you need to change your passion, change your approach to your own emotions, let yourself just feel it. It's okay, it's not going to hurt you. It's there for you to help guide you. So the last part of this reading is going to be some animal cards, because we're going to look into what traits or what animals or what things remind you of these animals. These are things that are going to be present in your life or in your dreams, or like just even the idea of them, the essence of them. These things are going to be in your surroundings to help you know that you're like aligning with your life purpose. So we have White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. And we have Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. So the White Raven Spirit is all about seeing the synchronicities, seeing the bigger picture from like a higher standpoint. Because if you're down here and you're looking at something, it's going to be a lot harder to see everything around it compared to when you're up in the sky like a white raven would be. So it says the white raven is guiding you. You will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eyes can't always see and the mind can't always comprehend. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic. So yeah, I feel like once you improve, there's definitely a need to improve your health here, getting into the zone of like responding to your body rather than responding to material needs. Allocating your resources smartly so that they nurture you rather than just wanting to hold on to your resources, if that makes sense. I feel like this is a good first step, a good solid first step towards getting to this temple path, feeling like you're on the path, because you are on the path, but maybe you don't feel like it. So invest in yourself more instead of temporary things. Or instead of just trying to get by, you know? Improve your mental health by taking better care of yourself, because there is something better right around the corner. I feel like this is just the jumping point to getting there. And I'm sorry that Spirit really is being so vague with this. Like, I don't know if it's just a lot of different situations, but I feel like the elusiveness is really on purpose to get you to trust and get you to feel free. Because you need to free yourself from this trapped mindset. I can't do that, and Spirit can't do that. You need to free yourself. Okay. And then for the turkey spirit, it says, give with gratitude and grace. You always have the potential for manifesting a rich reality. For the turkey represents generosity and a celebration of abundance through giving to others. Give freely without expectation, and you shall receive. For the manifestation of abundance is happening right now. Align with it by sharing your good fortune with others, whether you give money, loving guidance, the gift of listening, or kindness in any form. Immerse yourself in the flow of generous abundance. Know that Spirit will respond by giving you all that you need in this moment and all moments to come. So I don't know, if you're somebody who is from America and celebrates Thanksgiving, maybe that's one way to look at it, like just a big coming together, just feeling warm, getting all the food you could possibly dream of and stuffing yourself with it, even though personally I don't think Thanksgiving food is that great as I've gotten older, but just the feeling of it. Just that feeling that you're surrounded with gratitude and grace. Try to tap into that space. I don't really feel like Spirit is trying to emphasize the giving to other people right now, although if you feel called to do that, you absolutely could. But I feel like it's more about knowing that you have things to be grateful for and be more graceful with yourself. Free yourself from these chains because there's something better. All right, I hope you enjoyed this reading. That's all I have for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if this resonated, and I would love to hear your story. I'm wishing you all the best with the situation. Maybe I'll do another one pretty soon, or do like an update for Spirit to see if there's any more specific information I can gather, but this is definitely what Spirit wants you to know at this time. So, like I said, I'm wishing you all the best, and take care of yourself. Bye! Hi, Pile 2. So first we have a couple cards to get to know your life purpose a little bit. Just know the basics, and then we'll go more in depth. So we have Door to Romance. Okay. The Sun. And Yin and Yang. So I guess I'll do this. So that's interesting because we have, actually, you know what, I'm going to reverse these. Because we have 1, 2, 2, and 3, 3. So those might be some numbers that you really resonate with, or maybe you see 2, 2, 2 on the clock, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 is like your favorite time of the day, you know? That's a thing too. Yeah, I like that. Like that, I guess. Okay, sorry. Alright, so the Sun is a great card to get because it represents being nurturing to the earth, being someone who is radiant and just vibrant. who spreads out to others. I feel like you're just someone that people are always really happy to see. They're very happy to be around you, and you're just like a bundle of joy. Like, you just can make people's day so much better when you're around them. And that's something that's really cool. So that's how, like, one thing that could align with your life purpose is when you make other people smile. I feel like that's something you do a lot, and you really know how to have a good time, make other people laugh. Maybe you crack jokes. Maybe you were the class clown growing up, but your presence is definitely never unnoticed. You definitely have a very strong presence that just lights up the room. You're just carefree, and that is really beautiful. And this card also signifies creativity. So maybe you're somebody who knows how to like think about things differently than people normally would. These are all traits that could help you align with your life's purpose. And then we have Door to Romance and Yin and Yang. And I know that Door to Romance came out first when I was shuffling, because I feel like the yin yang is tied into that somehow too. Yeah, this is about strong resonant connections that are appearing to you in a new way. It's like a new door being opened, but this relationship already exists in energetic potential. So make sure you're projecting the kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. The universe is ready to open that door. Are you? So yeah, there is definitely somebody in your life who is a part of your life purpose, because they allow this side of you to open up that you don't really let everybody see. Like, everybody sees you as this sun, this radiant blooming, but maybe you don't let other people really take care of you or get intimate with them. So there's either somebody in your life or somebody who's going to be here very soon that's going to open a whole new side of you that's going to help you align with your life purpose, because when you're being fulfilled, you can tap into this that much more. And everybody deserves to feel loved regardless of their life purpose. So then we have Yin and Yang, which is all about the balance between masculine and feminine energy. Which is all about the balance between being passive and active, intuitive and logical. So you don't have to be a guy or a girl. It doesn't really matter what gender you are, or if you're non-binary. It's all about balance between these two things. So the feminine is more about intuition, about receptivity, observing things, and being more like going with the flow. And then the yang is like, you decided something, so you're going to make it happen. You're going to actually take the steps to bring it to fruition. Yeah, so it says, apparently when this card is upright, it represents being receptive. Going within and examining present activity. It's especially a good time for completion. Being more than acting is the intention here. So maybe you're somebody who is really receptive to other people. You really pick up on their energy, and you create like a safe space for them. You might even create an intimate space for them that they can't really just access with other people in their life. And I feel like that's a big part of your life purpose. But there is a need to find this balance within yourself, and I feel like this Door to Romance is going to help with that, because it's going to bring in like it's going to enhance your yin side, your feminine side, where you can actually receive from other people rather than just like receiving in order to provide them with something. But yeah, overall, you have a beautiful life purpose. You have love in your future, which is going to enhance your ability to shine your light. You're someone super creative and bold. I'm strongly getting that you're bold. And you have the ability to be there for other people. Alright, so for tarot we have Ace of Swords, Nine of Cups reverse, Seven of Cups, the World in reverse, and Four of Wands in reverse. So you may have gained a new perspective recently, or like I was saying earlier with the Sun, like you're somebody that has new ideas and new thoughts that are really innovative and really unique, and you bring a lot to the table, because I feel like if there's a meeting or a conference or something, like people are going to want you there because they're going to want you to listen to their idea, and you always have something that can enhance it and like in a different angle, you know? But you might not be feeling necessarily fulfilled at this time. You might be a little emotionally distraught from always like jumping on other people's stuff or like responding to other people. And maybe there's part of you, like with the Seven of Cups, that feels like there's a lot of options, there's a lot of people to take care of, there's a lot of emotions swirling around you, and you just don't know what to do. It's just very overwhelming. And so by responding to that so often as you are, it takes away from your own emotional experiences. So you're not necessarily, like, this is about cycles, and since it's the World in reverse, like there's a cycle that you could surpass right now, but because you're really distracted by other people's emotions and like making them happy and being this identity that people really love you so much for, it's kind of taken away from the lessons that you can learn from this cycle about who you really want to be. And that's causing disharmony with others. Maybe you're starting to feel resentful towards the people that you've been so fun with, you know. I feel like it's just getting too much, and it's just making you kind of feel like you don't know where to move on next. You don't really know where to go next from here. Yeah, the World card is all about getting closure, having a complete understanding, having a complete like integration of all the perspectives and understanding where it came from and what it's doing for you and the lessons learned from it. And I just feel like you're not really getting that closure. So that might be a setback for you right now. And maybe that's what the yin and yang is all about. Maybe you need to be more receptive to yourself, more passive instead of being in the masculine energy where you're always doing things and giving things to other people. I recently heard a podcast where they were talking about how mothering, like the act of mothering, whether you're a mother or not, just, you know, the sentimentality of that, being there for other people, is actually more of a masculine thing because it requires you to do. So maybe that's something that you have done for a while and it's burning you out, honestly. So Spirit is asking you to be more gentle and take a step back from that role. Because it's all about balancing. Like, yes, this is a beautiful thing that you have, a beautiful gift that you have, but if you're using it in the wrong way, not necessarily the wrong way, but if you're using it in a way that violates your boundaries or just violates like your peace, your bright spirit, you know, you can't always be a full cup. Like, we all get drained out and you have to refill that cup. So I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know at this time. But you definitely have your life purpose overall is definitely like making people laugh, making people feel like warm inside, and that they're radiant too, because that's how radiant you are, that it spreads to other people. And you give other people the desire to have a new perspective and be like, huh, I didn't think about that way before. And that is really cool and really special. Okay. So for advice, we have a few different things. First, we have discernment. And it says, all is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. So maybe don't be so open so quickly with people. Then we have sanctuary. Take time out from the world. Spend more time alone. Meditate or go on retreat. So yeah, there's definitely a need to step away from this. Take a break. Find a space where you don't have to give for a little bit. Use discernment in how you treat others based on how they treat you. Because your automatic response is automatically to be this sun, and maybe that isn't always the best thing for you. So aligning with both of these things at once, the sun energy and the discernment, because not everybody deserves your light. Not everybody deserves to be shown on, like you're shining on them. Not everyone deserves that spotlight that you give them. Okay, then we have nature. Ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature. Look at that, we got sanctuary and nature. And then it says connect with the elementals, the elements. So that might be a place where you can really tap into this yin energy, where you can start to feel grounded and receptive to the things that are feeding you, especially the sun, because the sun nurtures the whole earth, and it can nurture you too. Then we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to do. And abundance. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. And then we have a couple of angel advice cards. So this could be about this door to romance situation, or it could be about certain people in your life, or maybe a next step that you want to take, but it says a year from now, and wait. So take that as it resonates. And then last but not least, we have a couple of animal cards. These are just going to be things that maybe if you tap into this energy, if you feel this energy from either the animal itself or just like people with these qualities or qualities within yourself. You might see these animals in your dreams. It could be a number of situations. But basically, these are the animal characteristics that are going to give you signs that you're in alignment. It's like a confirmation that you're in alignment with this path. And I also feel called to say, like, with the perseverance, like just by being this person and persevering to be that way throughout, like persevering to vow to be this nurturing sun and radiant sun to yourself is like so powerful. And I feel like you've already been doing that. So keep doing it, because you're an abundant being. You're limitless. And just get that glow, man. You already have such a glow. Okay. So we have dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. And we have skunk spirit. Know your worth. So for the dog spirit, I feel like this is talking about being loyal to who you truly are and how you truly feel in the moment. Because I feel like the reason you are this sun person is because you really enjoy being like that. You enjoy being carefree. You enjoy being a jokester and just having a good time. So don't dim that. Be loyal to that aspect of yourself. And then the skunk spirit is coming to remind you that you can be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished. Not everyone will agree with you or share your values, but you can walk away with your head high, knowing that when you express your integrity, others can feel your authenticity and will be inspired by it. Be who you are, and if your reputation precedes you, good. You have much to be proud of, and skunk spirit wants you to be your best self. So maybe if you're driving on the highway and you smell a skunk, think of spirit. Yeah, that's all I have for your reading, guys. I hope this resonated. Please let me know down in the comments if it did. I would love to have any feedback on this reading. If you like the style, or if you have any requests for future readings, please let me know. I'm super open to questions. You can also book a personal reading with me. I'll put the email down in the link below. But I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. I'm wishing you all the best with the situation. Bye! Hi Pile 3, nice to see ya. So to get started, we have a couple of cards that's just going to give like a little background on your life purpose. So we have community and adjacent possibilities. So maybe you're like a really important figure in your community, or maybe you just like have a lot of empathy for the people around you. Maybe you grew up in a really tight-knit neighborhood when you were a child, or maybe you have like a super close family, but regardless of the circumstances, you're a part of something that is really beautiful and communal. And I feel like you have such a support system that it allows you to like kind of think differently and think outside the box, and you know that there's not just one way to get to the place that you're going. So I feel like you're somebody who really knows how to take failure and take constructive criticism, things like that people would normally think of as negative. I feel like you have a way of turning that around and being like, well, it's just another way to another door, you know, because you have this support system. And I feel like you really have a way of feeding back into the community. You want to give back to the people who have supported you and loved you. And that's really cool. So that's like your life purpose, basically. That's the foundational theme of it, is creating a sense of community, creating a sense that people belong somewhere, because you recognize the beauty in feeling like you belong somewhere, and that's something that you want to pass on to people. So you have a really good perspective, like you have a really upbeat way of thinking about things, and I feel like that just carries you that much farther towards your ultimate happiness, you know, because you feel so supported that you have the ability to just brush it off and be like, oh, well, better luck next time, me. Okay, so let's look into the cards a little bit more. So we have the Magician, the Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune reverse, Death, and the Hermit. Wow, so these are all major arcana except for the Nine of Voices. So you're a super spiritual person, like whether you realize it or not. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're on a tarot video, you probably are spiritual. But regardless of your religious identity or religious beliefs, you're somebody who is very magical. I mean, we have the Magician here. So I feel like you're somebody who can create something out of nothing. And that's all about the adjacent possibilities thing. It's like you have the ability to manifest things in such a way that it's just like, okay, well, I'm just going to move on and create the next thing and the next thing. Yeah, the Magician is like a really great card to get. It's all about being in touch with your power, realizing your worth, realizing what you want and going after it and making it happen. Just like that. Like, you say the way you want it to be and it goes that way because you're that in alignment with like who you're meant to be. That's super awesome. I'm like really liking this energy. I'm really liking this message. So with the Nine of Swords, you might have like some negative self-talk that comes up, some negative patterns with other people that makes you feel just like super worried about how things are going to turn out. Because at times, like, what if something doesn't go your way? Like, you have adjacent possibilities, but maybe sometimes it gets to your head. I mean, it happens to the best of us, but maybe sometimes you lose sleep over wondering if things could have gone differently. And I feel like there's still some like past reflection. Like the wheel reverse is all about like going backwards in cycles, and like there's still more lessons to be learned from your past. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to stay in this Nine of Swords energy and like ruminate over it. It means you need to really learn those things so that you can transform, so that you can leave the old behind. Maybe sometimes it's like overwhelming because there's so many adjacent possibilities that you're like, oh, did I miss something? Did I miss out on something? I'm going to switch to this thing because I don't want to miss out on it, instead of like following through on one thing. So there's definitely a need to like shed things of the past, shed people of the past, shed negative thought patterns that are a result of relationships in the past, all those different types of things. And it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It could be relationships with your parents, with your grandparents, with your siblings, teachers, anybody. But sometimes you lose sleep at night because maybe you miss them, or maybe you still believe what they told you, even though they were just trying to bring you down. So there's definitely still a need to like shed that, get rid of it, and burst out of this cocoon. So the Hermit is all about solitude, shining your own light on things, shining your own truth on things, like using the flashlight and just seeing what you see, and that's your truth and that's your standards and that's it. Like maybe there's just a need to like it's good that you have this optimism, this support, this everything, but maybe it would just be helpful right now to just shine your light on what's right in front of you. Keep moving forward, because this rumination, this losing sleep, having nightmares possibly just due to anxiety and stuff, it's kind of dimming your magician light a little bit. So yeah, and it's just interesting because we have these three cards, they're all like together. This is about like with the colorisms, I mean, like this is about the deep dark stuff. This is about like the stuff that still needs to be purged out. Yeah, this is like belief systems about yourself. Feeling kind of hopeless a little bit. But the fact that these things are resurfacing so much, like you're kind of stuck in one place, you will transform, you will get out of it, and you will get to this light, this is like, the hermit is like taking a journey out by yourself to the woods and not bringing anybody with you, not bringing your phone. I mean, if you actually go into the woods, you should bring your phone just in case you get lost or something. But metaphorically speaking, it's just going into your own space and your own solitude and really reflecting. All right. So we're going to get a little bit more information. We have miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender to the how. So don't think about the how. You're a magician. You're a manifester. What you say goes in the spiritual realm, because like that's just how spiritually attuned you are. So miracles are going to happen because you're creating it just by being here. You're already creating miracles around you and for other people too, because you're part of such a beautiful community. You're like tightly in tune with other people. And if you are super spiritual, this community could even be talking about like your spirit guides. Like maybe you're super in tune, or maybe a lot of people around you are from past lives that have come back to help you, or vice versa. Like there's definitely a spiritual manifestation and connection within your current life and like the current people that you talk to, or it could even be animals that you own. Okay, so then we have compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. Absolutely. Give yourself the compassion that those people didn't give you in the past. You don't need it from them. You already have all this power. You have all of it. Take this time away with the hermit lifestyle so that you can face the darkness and shed some light onto it with your gentle, compassionate self. Then we have cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune into the moon's magic. So this cycle will end. This cycle of like anxiety and everything. I don't know. I feel like for some of you it's been going on for a while, but the cycle is going to end. And this wheel of fortune will start turning again soon. Okay, next we have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. And growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So I feel like you already know about these like magician powers about yourself. You know that you really affect the way, you really affect the world in the way that you do. I feel like you already know that, but the adversity gets your hopes down sometimes. But Spirit is saying challenges are the best way to learn. You're given these challenges in your life so that you can overcome them, so that you can go through the other door instead of the one that you thought you should go through. And that's helping you grow. We have choose a new direction. No need to worry, and remain positive. So take that how it resonates for your own situation. And last but not least for this reading, we have a couple of animal cards, and these are just going to be qualities or traits, or possibly even the animals themselves that show up in your dreams, in synchronicities, in your aesthetic. It could be all kinds of different ways, but these are things that if they show up in your life, this is showing you that you're on alignment with your path and your life's purpose. Okay, so we have Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around, and I feel like that directly goes back to this community. Focus on the love that you do have. And Scarab Beetle Spirit. Magic works through you. Now, from what I know, this is a super rare beetle. I think it's from Egypt, But this is a super rare beetle. You can see it has wings, it's flying, it's very intricate. Magic works through you. You are as rare as this scarab beetle spirit. So maybe this is you. You are like a vessel that is just flying around and like sprinkling all this magic everywhere. This magic fairy dust. You're like Tinkerbell. I love it. Okay, so in the book for this deck, for the Nightingale spirit, it says, "You are so loved." The Nightingale spirit sings her song of love and hope, which is a reminder that the sun will rise again soon. Yes, there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere. Let the music of the Nightingale's song remind you that love is all around. Feel it and trust in tomorrow's light, renewing your ability to recognize that the spaces that appear empty are filled with love in abundance. Illumination will happen soon. Oh, yep. Okay, so now I'm reading about the scarab beetle spirit, and it is from ancient Egypt. The scarab beetle was revered for the creative magic, and it reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary seemingly out of thin air. Literally, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you create something out of nothing. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for Spirit co-creates with you, channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and vitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, Scarab Beetle Spirit reminds you that Spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. Now is the time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire, and your creative endeavors will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance, and love will appear seemingly out of nowhere as you allow Spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. So I feel like that was a beautiful message to end this reading on. So I'm going to leave it here. I hope this message resonated with you. Please let me know down in the comments if it did. And I'm wishing you all the best with this situation. I think you're going to do great. You're already doing great. Nothing can stop you at this point. So you got this. I'm sending you lots of love. And side note, if you would ever want a personal reading, you can email me or DM me through Instagram. I'm going to leave my info in the description box below. And I hope you have a great night or day, wherever you are. Bye. Hi Pile 4, nice to see ya. So first we have a couple cards to get a general idea of your life purpose. We have the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and the Garden and the Gate. So the 7th chakra, that's a big one. That's the crown chakra, which creates a direct, communication line from you and Spirit and your higher self. So this is a huge card to get because I feel like your purpose is highly tied to Spirit. I feel like this is honestly the light worker pile, not gonna lie. Like, this is a situation where you're a vessel for Spirit's truths and messages, and you're meant to really cultivate that during your time here on Earth. And then the Garden and the Gate is all about having like all of this prosperity and having all this beauty around you and being like completely satisfied, but there's a gate and you're choosing to like stay behind it and let it stay locked because there's like this vast world. It's like the sound of music out there. You're in the hills and it's just endless, but you're like, no, I'm just gonna stay here in my, beautiful, prosperous land. And it is beautiful, but maybe part of your life purpose is tied to coming out of this gate and letting your spirit roam free so that you can fully tap into this 7th chakra. You can fully get your direct communication with Spirit by being less safe with your decision making. Okay, so let's get some tarot. We have the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Swords, Strength, the Two of Cups reverse, and then we had the High Priestess on the back of the deck, and I just had to take her. I just felt like that directly went with the message. So let's start on the left with the Seven of Wands. That's all about keeping your guard up. You have like this world inside of you, but you're not letting other stuff in because it's so perfect. It's so beautiful. It's like you don't want anything to taint that. You don't want anything to ruin that. But you have like a higher calling to let your guard down. But at this moment in time, you have your guard up. So maybe you're not really being very receptive to other people's perspectives. Maybe you are kind of like in the mentality where you don't think there's enough space for you in the light worker world, which I promise there is. There's space for everybody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs a voice to connect them to source. And you are the Queen of Swords. Like, you're very cutthroat. You don't really settle for less than you deserve. But you're also very regal and royal and desirable. And you have a lot of really good critical thinking skills. Like, you know how to get around problems and, you know, get them going. It's interesting that we have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords reverse and Queen of Swords right next to each other. So this could be even indicating like a cycle. Like you're coming out of the Knight of Swords into the Queen of Swords. You're coming out of like, maybe in the past you were like just super fired up about something. You were just like going straight for it without really thinking about it very much. And maybe now you're like developing your impulse control more, and that's bringing you a lot of strength. But I am also hearing the message that like there's a need to be a little bit more compassionate. The Queen of Swords is very cutthroat. She's very like, nope. She knows what she wants, she's gonna get it, and she's not listening to anybody else. Which can be a good thing. But in the case of being a light worker, I feel like you could open up your heart a little bit more. And it's even interesting, we have like the shape of the triangle here, and over here we kind of have like the same shape going on. It's like wanting to keep it all together and nice and neat and perfect and beautiful and with borders that make logical sense, you know. But spirit is limitless. Like, there is so much beyond this gate, and you have the opportunity to learn so much more. I feel like you're already a very highly spiritual person, but you're kind of blocking yourself off from reaching like the full development of the 7th chakra. Okay, so we also have Strength, which is a highly spiritual card as well. It's saying you've been through a lot, you've overcome a lot, and you're using that to play to your strengths, which is like very admirable. Spirit is like so proud of you for how far you've come. You've tamed the lion within yourself. You know how strong you are, and you're empowered by that. And just Spirit is so proud of you. But with the Two of Cups in reverse, it's like maybe there's still some room for improvement as far as like getting in touch with the emotional side of things. Maybe you have a divine counterpart that things aren't really going well with right now. Or maybe, I feel like there's a few different situations. The last situation is like maybe you're not really filling up that cup for yourself. You're not really giving yourself the chance to like feel things and feel like the need to be free and the need to go and roam around and explore. But we got the High Priestess, baby. She was on the back of the deck. I feel like this is you. Like, you are the High Priestess. You are very in tune. And that is something that you can play to your advantage. Like, you know how to balance out the good and the bad and use it to see through and acknowledge that the light and the shadow sides of everything are all very valuable. You have a way to show that to other people too. Like, you have a direct communication with Source. But I feel like since the Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is who you are at the core. And I feel like with the Two of Cups in reverse, maybe you're kind of out of touch with that right now. You're out of balance with your emotions. You're out of balance with like feeling other people's emotions. It's like earlier when I was saying being receptive to other people's ideas, other people's needs. And I'll give it to you. I mean, it's hard to get to this point of being this strong and being this sure of yourself, you know? But that's what Spirit wants you to know right now. The High Priestess, she's one of my favorite cards in the deck, and like, this is such a good message. This is such a good light worker card. It's like, even though there's a gate here, it's like you're the keeper of that gate, you know? You hold all the you hold all the secrets. You hold like the code to, you know, decipher these symbols here, and you hold the code to like tap into this like, if you have something that holds powers, you have the secret keys to tap into that and to bring it to life. And that is like so encouraging. You have so much more to learn, you have so much more to grow, and you've only just begun to get into this power. There's like a whole journey waiting ahead of you, and I'm just so excited for you, honestly. Okay. So next we have possibility. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Absolutely. And then we have receive. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. So maybe be more open to what Spirit is telling you rather than like holding on to this like defensive mechanism that's been going on. Like, receive what Spirit is saying to you. Be more open to communication that you don't necessarily like, that you didn't come up with, you know. There's all kinds of wealths of information and sources, and people who are super experienced, and people who are just beginning, and people who are in the middle, and all of their information is so valuable. So be open to receiving all of that goodness. Okay, then we have health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. And relationships. I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. So I feel like these two cards go hand in hand. It's like, focus on healthy relationships. Focus on having a healthy relationship with other people that doesn't involve judgment, that doesn't involve like unrealistic expectations, that doesn't involve like cutting them out and pushing them to the side. And of course, use your own judgment. Like, if there's people that have been toxic and they're trying to come back into your life, like, I definitely feel like you're somebody who has been around some energy vampires. So totally don't let them back in. Don't give away just free will. You know that already though, because you're the Queen of Swords. You know how this works. But don't just give away your resources freely, but create healthy relationships with people who are interested in the same things as you and can talk about the same things as you and have the same values as you. And I feel like you're on the way there for sure, but surrounding yourself more and letting people in, or going to them, hearing what they have to say, is only going to enhance your life's purpose. It's only going to help you see the path even more. Because that's the thing, like, Spirit is Spirit, but Spirit also places people in our lives to help bring the message and make it more digestible and make it more obvious of where you're supposed to go. Because we're not just lone creatures on this earth, you know? We need other people and they need us. And I feel like that's a big growth point that could happen for you right now. But focus especially on the healthy, with boundaries, with, you know, things that are positive, that serve your highest good. And you have the ability to do this. Maybe you've lost faith in your ability to use discernment and everything, and that's why your guard is up. But you have the ability to do this. That's what Spirit is saying. Like, these cards wouldn't have popped out if you weren't ready to cultivate these relationships and to really create ones that are enriching. You have this intuition. You know the vibes. You can feel the vibes. If it doesn't serve you, let it go. But if there's a possibility, if there's room for growth there, then Spirit really wants you to engage in those types of possibilities and receive what other people have to offer to you. Okay, so then we have in the near future, peaceful resolution, and let go. So take that as that resonates. I feel like there's a few different possibilities that could be for, like with the in the near future, like maybe these things are going to come into play. Maybe you'll see an opportunity to roam more freely or expand your spiritual awareness in the future. Maybe you'll receive a sign in a dream in the near future. Maybe you'll get a peaceful resolution with somebody that did you wrong in the past in the future, and that doesn't mean talking to them necessarily. It means having the peaceful resolution in yourself. But take it as it resonates, like I said, but let go of this, of having the guard up and stuff. It's not really allowing you to see all the beauty that is out there. Okay, so the last part of this reading is going to be a couple of animal cards. And this could be like just the basic idea, the qualities of the animal that show up in your life, or it could be like the literal animals themselves, or it could be the way spirits communicate to you through dreams or through like things that you might have been interested in as a kid. Just take whatever resonates with it, but these are the animals that show you that you're in alignment with your life's purpose. Like, that's a confirmation. That's a synchronicity to look out for in the future. Okay. So we have Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch, and Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Love it. I'm a cat person myself. Okay, I'm just going to read straight from the book because like this is a beautiful message that goes right along with what I was saying. So for Dear Spirit, it says, the time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. Beautiful message. And then for Cat Spirit, cat spirits, if you have a cat, you know what they're like. They are just completely themselves. They don't care. Like, if you want to hug them and they don't want to hug you, they don't care. They'll walk out of the room and then they'll come back 2 seconds later and then they'll just snuggle with you just because they want you to feed them food. Like, they're crazy. But it says, Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Allow for some space between you and others in your life. The only way you can grow in all your relationships is to have a healthy sense of self-respect and self-worth. When you walk with dignity, knowing who you are, self-aware and willing to grow, trusting the value you bring, the world will mirror all of this back to you. When you say no to codependency and enmeshment, live and let live, and practice taking risks as you wander into new territory for you. She is here to urge you to let your independent spirit roam free. So yeah, I feel like there's a need to be gentle with people who really are truly good spirits and serve your highest good and are around you to teach you something. You have knowledge to be gained from other people that are in your life already and people who will be in your life, what did it say? In the near future. Exactly. And claim your independence from those things that do not serve you. Walk in your self-confidence and enter these new healthy relationships, or re-enter relationships that you want to keep flowing with this independent spirit, with this confidence that you know exactly what you want, you know the type of things that you're not going to settle for, and that's okay, and that's amazing. So yeah, I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope that this resonated with you. Please let me know in the comments if it did. I would love to hear your story. I'm also offering personal readings at this time. I'll be going on vacation for a short time, like a week, and then I'll be open to respond to your personal readings. So if you're interested in that, then please email me or DM me on Instagram. I'll leave that information below. But I'm wishing you all the best with this situation. Spirit has your back. I love this light worker pile. Like, I resonate with it so hard. And I'm just cheering you guys on. So yeah, I'm wishing you all the best and take care of yourself.